Sports Stars Magazine, Johnny, Kessler, Mano, just another really special day and memory in the legacy of the greatest program in California high school boys tennis history. 4-3 over Menlo School here at Sierra Sport and Racquet Club. We knew it was going to be more competitive, nothing but respect for Cal High, but we knew that this was the marquee matchup that everybody wanted to see since the semifinals at All-American. And the fact that we got a real full schedule, not a compressed, rain delay type of setup. But John, I'll start with you first. I mean, just I said to every single one of your guys, this group makes it look so so effortless and and so commanding and so convincing so many times that I don't think your guys get enough credit for the grit and the resilience and the tenacity and the mental toughness. We saw it today.
No, listen, I think sometimes it becomes ho-hum, but man, we've been in so many tight matches and these boys work so hard. And you're right, it's not easy. It's not easy to get here, and just so proud of them for every year just finding another way to do that.
Absolutely. Obviously, you had the front row seat the entire time to watch Kuza. The fact that a young man like that in this day and age could be doing everything away from high school tennis, but commits himself to his brothers, commits himself to this uni tennis family, commits himself to wanting to be there in the biggest matches with the biggest stakes and stuff like that, and then to see him be the one to get the fourth point and those guys mob him at center court. How awesome was that to watch, just as someone that genuinely cares about these guys?
Just not only as a tennis player, but just as their coach, as a human being. Just so amazing to watch this kid. He's only 10th grade. He's not a junior. He's not a senior. He's like this tall. He hasn't really grown yet. And just so great to see him on that center stage there. This is just like when we were at Ojai, when he's just taking out all these big burly men. There's giant men that are serving like 125 miles per hour. So I just couldn't be more proud of him. He's just been such a treat to have on the team for the last 2 years.
Absolutely. And John, you said it's not just the tennis that's special, it's the character, it's the humility, him being an ambassador for University High School, an ambassador for high school tennis. Like, how powerful is that in this day and age where everybody only wants to focus on playing?
Right. Incredibly. He's special. And he's special because of his tennis, he's special because of in the classroom, but he's special as the way he conducts himself. And I just think that he represents all the best of the uni program. That's what we want to be. Competitive, humble, and play within ourselves, but give all we can.
Absolutely. Daniel Zhu has obviously created probably more gray hairs than you guys have wanted to at times this year, but obviously for him to go out there, and get it rolling in the right direction, and only drop one game, and then obviously for Ari as a senior to step up, how again, big picture when you're playing 7 matches, it might lose sight of what they did early, but to give you guys that 2-0 advantage, how significant was that?
It's a very early boost. He had some close matches in the recent rounds. And we're like, which Daniel are we gonna get? At what point are we gonna get like the top level Daniel? But he always comes through at the end. That's the thing, is he always comes through at the end. So, we're just not sure how he gets there, but he's always the one that comes out on top on every single important match. So we just couldn't be more proud of him. He's another kid of great character. We don't have to worry about how he's gonna act on the court. He's just very cool and calm and collected out there. I think he really embodies the uni high school values, and just great person to have on the team. And Ari too, he's just been so steady this year.
I said he might be the most reliable player in anybody's lineup in America.
Right. And your insight, because people don't get those little things. Joseph and Cedric winning that set and bringing it to 3 sets.
Precisely.
That changes everything, because now everyone can't rush over to Kusa and put pressure on that set.
Right.
They have to stay over there and watch the third doubles go and play. And it's those little things that matter, where guys come through at different spots within the process of a match.
Obviously, it would have been fantastic for those guys to be able to get another one and make it 5-2. But the guys who did get it, just like they got to win 10-8 against Harvard Westlake at Redlands, was Reed Hashimoto and Tyler Chandler. Sometimes, and John, you and I have had these conversations for multiple decades. It's some people, it's just ingrained in them. Like, you can't teach, competitive spirit. You can't teach, that clutch gene. And obviously, the way those guys have responded in some really big moments for you guys, team-wise this year, just how awesome was that to watch?
No,
unfold?
absolutely. And, it's an evolution in the process. Last year, Tyler was in some big spots and had a tough time. As a freshman, he had a tough time in some key matches. And Reed was kind of going back and forth between being in and out of the lineup. But I think they represent the growth of the team this year because they've come through for us in big moments, and that's part of the evolution. And I'm really proud of Tyler and Reed for what they've been doing. And Mimo and Langston, they've won so many matches for us, and it's been a rough run for them in the last couple of weeks. But we can't forget all the matches that they won to get us here.
Of course. To that point, I think it was a huge benefit. You guys can't control the schedule, but the fact that those two teams, year 1 and 2, had the opportunity to go to Byzance, and play some really high quality doubles to get ready for here. Whereas Menlo wins the regional against Cal-High and then has to sit around and just try to kind of simulate what uni brings, which is a pretty much impossible task in the course of practice. How valuable did you feel like those, even though maybe it didn't turn out the way they wanted to, at Byzance?
They both had, kind of an early exit. We were hoping Mimo and Langston would go pretty far and they'd go pretty deep in the tournament. I mean, they lost to the eventual winners of the tournament. And Reed and Tyler, they got
lost to last year's winners of the tournament.
Lost to last year's winners who lost to this year's
eventual,
winners. And that's why you look at Reed and Tyler, and they don't stand out, like they're not winning these individual tournaments, but they've been just super solid for us this year. There were a couple of guys that were kind of they were on the sidelines a lot last year. They're kind of on the side looking in, and this year they really stepped up and put the big boy pants on and embraced that role, and they came through really big for us all throughout the regionals.
Last thing for both of you guys, John, I'll start with you. The greatness of all the section championships, but especially the last 4 open titles, the 3 regional titles, and these 2 state titles, is so much defined by your senior leadership. Can you just talk about just like the legacy and just how incredible this group of seniors is?
Yeah, it's 4 years for these seniors, right? And I just think they've done it on the court, but as we keep saying, with the humility and the way they lead us on and off the court, you just can't put a price on that. That's the intangible that no one understands about how they act on the bus ride, how they act when they're in a group, and the chemistry between them. That's just the stuff that outside people don't see.
Oh yeah, they're the senior captains. They're playing on that third court over there. They're the ones that you can always look to, and that they're going to take the right action for the whole team. They're like, guys, okay, they like playing music. Guys, it's a little too loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. They just kind of keep everybody in check. They're the glue that really holds everybody together, and they're tremendous players in their own right. So it's just, they've been on the team. Well, Joe's been here 3 years. Cedric, he's been here all 4 years. It's going to be really hard to see them go.
Sure.
It's been a treasure to have them around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They never rebuild. They always reload.
Reload.
When you get to build on 4 open titles, 3 regional titles, and 2 state titles, I don't know if any 2 guys in the United States of America have it better than these 2. Congratulations. Well deserved to you.
Thank you
all
so
the families
much.
and all the student athletes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Eric. Thank you.